What's up everyone, my name is Marie, welcome to my channel and welcome to another speed build. So for today's video, I actually have a bit of a longer speed build. Oops, here's my cat. She's early today, she's making a cameo. She has been walking on my desk for the past like 3 minutes or so, and she doesn't want to leave. So I feel like this is not the last of her that we've seen today. She'll probably be around. She's kind of going crazy. She just woke up from her nap, and so she's very playful right now, and she has a thing for cables, which is kind of a problem because she will chew on every cable she can get her little paws on, and I don't know. I don't think it's the healthiest thing, and I also think it's kind of dangerous. So I try to keep her away from cables, but it's actually quite difficult to manage that. So, oh, she's going now. She'll probably be back. I'm sorry about that. I know that in my last couple of voiceovers, I have been talking about my cat a lot, but it's because she's around. Like, I can't avoid it. So yeah, but let's try and go back to the build for a second. This voiceover is already a mess and I'm only like 2 minutes in, so this is going great. Anyway, let's get back to the build for a second. As you can see, I'm building a house in the world of Windenburg in the more like foresty area. And I'm so excited to be sharing this house with you guys because I like it a lot. I don't know why. Well, I know why. It's because I just enjoy the style of it. I enjoy the way it looks. I really, really like how it came out. And yeah, it's just somewhat of a style that I haven't really done before. I mean, sort of. It's definitely, I think you can definitely tell that this is my style of building, if that makes any sense. Like, if you've seen a lot of my speed builds, you will probably kind of recognize the builder's like type of house that they go for frequently, or just the style that they build in, if that makes any sense. So yeah, I've definitely built houses like this before, but I don't know, there's something about it that I really enjoy, and it probably has something to do with the overall color scheme of the exterior of the house. Because you can see that I went for very dark colors, which I actually quite enjoy. Usually I'll try to do like somewhat like some contrasting colors on the exterior of the build, like some darker bricks combined with like lighter paneling, for example. But for this one, I just went with all darker colors because I kind of wanted to create that vibe of like an older house that has been here for years and years, like maybe 100 years old or something. Obviously, it has been renovated over the years, but I kind of just wanted to create that feeling of a very old house that's been there for a long time. And yeah, I don't know. I really like the way that it came out. I really like the windows with those shutters that I used on the ground floor, if that makes any sense. Those windows from Strangerville with the shutters, I really like them a lot. And as you can probably tell by the title, this house is for a florist. So I attached a little flower shop to the house on the left side, where you can see, you can't see it right now, but there is like a dark brown front door, which is the front door that leads into the house. But then there is another little area, like another little part right there, with a white front door, and that's the door into the shop. So I was kind of imagining that this house belongs to a florist and they have their own little shop attached to their house. And I just thought that that was such a cute idea. And I've never done that before. Like, I've seen tons of very cute builds of flower shops on the gallery, just created by other like very talented simmers. And I have always loved the idea of building a flower shop, but for some reason, it never I never really remembered to actually sit down and do it. And then when I started building this house, at first, I wanted it to be for a gardener. I wanted it to be a gardener's dream home. But then I was like, you know what? I'm going to make it for a florist. I'm going to create a tiny little flower shop attached to the house, and I had way too much fun with it. I think that it turned out very cute, and obviously a lot of you guys are way better at actually creating little stores than I am, because I've literally never done it before. So I didn't really know what I was doing, but I was just trying to make it look cute and inviting. And also, gameplay-wise, I have no clue if this is actually functional. Like, it's really embarrassing, but I am really bad at gameplay. Like, there are so many things in this game, gameplay-wise, that I don't know anything about. For example, I know that you can open a retail store with Get to Work, but does it actually work when you have a store attached to your house? Can you do that? I think in The Sims 2 that was something you could do, if I remember correctly. But I don't know if that's a thing that you can do in The Sims 4. So I honestly don't know if this would actually work. Maybe you would have to actually buy this house as a store and then also just live there, if that makes sense. Like, I have no clue how that works. If you know how retail stores work in The Sims 4, please explain it to me, because I would love to hear about it. And obviously I can find out for myself, go into the game and figure it out. But honestly, I'm not that invested in it. I just want to build. I love building. And if you could explain to me how this works, like if this would actually be functional, please explain it to me, because I would love to hear about like your stories about gameplay and what you like to do. And if this is something that you would like to use, please let me know. But yeah, this house is a florist's dream house, as I explained. And I was thinking that they are living here with their family. So I did have a short little storyline in mind. Well, not so much a storyline, but just the personalities for the Sims that live here. So quickly, what I was thinking is the florist, who in my storyline was a female Sim, she lives in this house with her wife, and her wife is a teacher at a maybe like an elementary school or something. I feel like she's a teacher for like younger kids, like definitely not at a high school, but maybe like grade school or elementary school, if I'm saying that correctly. At least not a high school. So I was thinking that she teaches little kids, or at least just children, and not so much teenagers. And what I was thinking is they live here with their adopted twin kids. And for the kids, I wasn't quite sure if they were going to be girls or boys. Maybe what would be fun is a boy and a girl, but they're still twins. I think that would be a lot of fun, because I created a bedroom for the twins upstairs that they share. It's a shared bedroom. And yeah, I don't know. I just thought that was a very cute little storyline. And I was thinking that the kids maybe really like to help their mom in the store from time to time. They help her with like taking care of the plants and the flowers and stuff. And then her wife, who is a teacher, she also just likes to help out in the garden from time to time, or in the little greenhouse that I created. And yeah, I don't know. I was really enjoying furnishing the house for that little family of 4. I think that would be so much fun and so cute. And this is actually quite a spacious house for 4 Sims, I feel like, but it works out perfectly fine. So like I said before, I gave the twins a shared bedroom, and then there is a master bedroom upstairs with an ensuite attached to it. So that's actually very nice. And then the kids, they share a bathroom upstairs, like a full bathroom. And then there is a half bathroom downstairs right here attached to the living room area. And then, like I just said, the parents do have an ensuite. And then upstairs, there is also a nice and spacious office area, because I felt like the teacher, the mom who's a teacher, she definitely needs a little office area for her to be able to like grade things or just prepare her lessons and things like that. Like, she just needs a home office to do some work from home. And then the florist, she also needs a little office area space for her to like sit down with her laptop and do some finance work or whatever she needs to do for her little store, because I do feel like she does it all by herself. She doesn't really have anyone who helps her out or anything, because, well, I mean, the store is very, very small to begin with, and there is not a whole lot of things in there that she sells. I mean, it's packed. There is definitely a lot of stuff in there that she probably created herself and that she sells, but at the same time, she doesn't really need any help for the store. So I figured she would need a little office area where she could just sit down and do some work that she needs to do on her laptop for her little shop. And maybe that's where the teacher, her wife, also helps her out from time to time, because I kind of felt like the florist, she's not really great at that kind of stuff. She doesn't really like to do it either. She doesn't enjoy sitting behind a computer screen. She just wants to be outside and be creative with flowers and plants and do gardening and stuff. That's what she loves to do. And then her wife, the teacher, she obviously also loves to just be a teacher and teach kids and be surrounded by kids and do her job. But she's a little bit better at actually like sitting down behind a computer and do the work that needs to be done, if that makes any sense. She's just a little bit better for those types of things, I feel like. So yeah, that is the storyline that I had in mind. And then for the kids, I figured they are twins, like I said, and I've kind of just, I just decided that they're going to be a boy and a girl, and they're just kids, so no teenagers, but kids, and I also feel like they're pretty young children still, so they aged up from being toddlers like not too long ago, I feel like, if you're like looking at it from a gameplay perspective. So yeah, they have a really, really big and beautiful house to just run around and grow up in. And I also gave them, I feel like outside I gave them the monkey bars, if I'm not mistaken. So they have definitely some fun activities to do, and they have toys in their bedroom. I didn't place any toys anywhere else in the house, but I did place toys in their bedroom. So yeah, if you want to place like a toy box or something somewhere downstairs, I don't think that would be too much of a problem. Like, you could probably find a spot for that, even though I kind of just furnished it very packed and cramped. Like I always like to do that, because I just really like my homes to look very lived in and cluttered, especially this one, because I feel like this family would just probably be kind of cluttered. Like, they have furniture pieces from all sorts of different styles, but at the same time, it's still sort of cohesive. So the house is kind of messy, like color scheme wise. They have a lot of wallpaper around the place. Wallpaper with flowers, obviously, because I thought that would be cute. And then for this kitchen, they have this very outdated looking wallpaper that I think just looks very, very cute and definitely suits the style of this house. But yeah, they're definitely the type of family that doesn't have only one type or style of furniture in their house. They just have items from all over the place, like that they've kind of bought and collected just over the years. Probably inherited some furniture pieces as well, or maybe this house has been in the family for a long time, and so there is still some like furniture pieces around from maybe the grandparents or something like that. I thought that would be a fun idea. So yeah, I feel like this house would definitely be very cluttered and very full of things and knickknacks everywhere. So that's kind of what I tried to create. But at the same time, I wanted this house to be very playable gameplay wise. So if you actually want to use this house for gameplay, I feel like it would still be nice to use. You might want to delete some pieces of clutter, which is what I find somewhat helpful and nice to do sometimes. Because when a house is like very, very cluttered, it's sometimes kind of difficult to find your way around. And for example, when I like clutter up shelves that are attached to the wall and you play with the walls down or the walls like half down or something, the shelves on the wall will also disappear like with the wall, but if there's clutter placed on there using the red shelf, for example, or just raising things up that don't naturally clip like on the shelf, that don't naturally go there, then that clutter will kind of look like it's floating, if that makes any sense. And for gameplay, that's sometimes a little bit annoying. So if that happens in a house where I want to do some gameplay, I usually just go ahead and delete the clutter off of the shelves, because I don't really ever play with the walls up. Like sometimes I do, it kind of depends on the build, what it looks like and how big it is. But usually I'll play with the walls half down, and I think that goes for most people. So yeah, that's that for my rant about clutter. But I feel like this house is just fine. It's not too much. Maybe in some places, but still, it just, for the sake of building, it just looks nice. I love clutter and I want to clutter all day, every day. So that's kind of what I did. But here you can see that I have a little greenhouse or a little sunroom attached to the house where I just placed a couple of planter boxes, not too many, but there are definitely a couple in there that you can actually access and that your sim can actually use. And then the flower arranging table is in here as well. So this is where the florist will probably spend most of her time, because when she is like creating bouquets and stuff, she'll do it right there in that little sunroom area. And yeah, there's obviously going to be a lot more planter boxes outside as well. But yeah, also a couple inside. So maybe she has some like special type of flower that's a little bit more like delicate that she needs to keep indoors or something. That's kind of what I figured. But here you can see that we moved on to the upstairs, the second floor of the house. And I really like this landing area. It's actually quite spacious, so I did have the room to just put down a nice little chess table and an extra bookcase, and also just a nice chair to sit down and relax and like read a book or something. I don't know what it is with this landing area, but I just kind of like it. It's probably also because the staircase is like open to the downstairs, so it has that like balcony effect, if that makes sense, which I just really, really enjoy. But here we moved on to the master bedroom. It's very small in here. Like, it's definitely not a luxurious large bedroom by any means, but it does have an ensuite. So that's actually pretty nice. And I went crazy with the wallpaper from the paranormal stuff in here. I love this swatch of the wallpaper. It's my absolute favorite swatch of that wallpaper. I think it's so beautiful. And I'm not kidding when I say that I would want an accent wall in my future house with that wallpaper. Like, I think that would be so cool. Or maybe even paint it on. That could also be a thing, because for someone who actually is good at painting and making murals, I feel like this wouldn't be too difficult to achieve. It's just one solid color with like some flowers or whatever it is on it in like a yellow or gold or something. I don't know. I feel like I can kind of envision what it would look like in real life. And I think it would be so pretty with that pink, red, whatever it is, like purple color with that gold. I think it would be so pretty. Like, I want that in real life. I'm not kidding. And I loved combining that color of the wallpaper with that orangey, darker wood furniture that I used for the dresser and the bed. I don't know. I just felt like it was so nice and warm and inviting in this bedroom, and I just had a lot of fun overall with all of the rooms for this house. Because, like I said, the style of this house is, well, there's not really a style. It's very eclectic, but at the same time, I don't know how to explain it, but it was just so nice to be able to use that like wallpaper with flowers on it that I would normally only use for a very for a grandparent's house, for example. But here I tried to use like wallpaper with flowers on it that looks very old and outdated, but still the rest of the house doesn't feel too outdated, if that makes sense. I don't know. I was just having a lot of fun with trying to find the balance between outdated and modern. And, well, not so much modern, but more like, yeah, I don't know, maybe modern. I don't know. I really honestly don't know how to explain that. I'm really doing a terrible job at explaining things today. But I mean, maybe you get what I mean. Like, the overall vibe of this house is outdated, but not so outdated at the same time. And I don't know why exactly, but I feel like I achieved that by not even really trying. I was just trying to mix and match styles together that wouldn't necessarily go together, but still are in the same color scheme so that it at least looks like they kind of go together and it doesn't like look too mismatched, if that makes sense. I hope I'm making any sense. I don't know. I'm just very rambly today. I don't know why. It's probably because I'm just very excited to finally be able to sit down and do a voiceover again. Even though it's only been a couple days since I did my last voiceover, but still. Today I had work this morning and all morning I was like, I want to get this over with. I want to be able to do a voiceover and get back to building. So yeah, I'm just very happy that I'm sitting down right now and doing a voiceover because it's my passion and I love it. But here you can see, I totally skipped over it. I totally talked over it, but we just furnished that little, what's it called? Office area for the teacher and the florist to share. And I kind of felt like that would be so cozy to just sit down together in the shared office area and do work together, even though you probably won't really be talking, but you could just sit there and be together and do your work together. I feel like that would be a lot of fun. But yeah, this is the kids' bedroom, and I loved being able to use this wallpaper because I kind of wanted the kids' bedroom to go with the rest of the house. So the floral theme, if that makes sense, is kind of what I tried to create in this bedroom as well. And I again used that very orangey, darker wood tone in here for the furniture, and I think it looks so pretty combined with the green leaves on the wall. It's definitely not a color scheme that I would usually go for a kid's bedroom by any means. So it was really fun to kind of experiment with color schemes that I never really go for. And I really like the way that it came out, especially for this bedroom. I think it's a lot of fun and I don't know, I just really like the way that it came out. And yeah, so in here I gave them a toy box and also a drawing table so they can work on their like creative skill, I think is what it is. And they also have a very big dresser. I don't know why, but I never use those bigger dressers or wardrobes because they're very large. But for this bedroom, I kind of liked the way it looked and I wanted the bedroom to be a little bit smaller as well because I really wanted it to be very cramped in there. So yeah, I needed something to take up a lot of space and that's when I figured the big wardrobe would be perfect. But here you can see that I actually moved on to the little flower shop that I'm very excited about. And once again, I have no clue if it's actually functional, but I just tried to create a cozy little shop with tons of flowers everywhere. There are also some like flower decorations on the wall that you can buy. And I feel like most of these creations, she probably made them herself. Well, I know for a fact that she made them herself because that's kind of what I was thinking. So maybe she even like hand painted those little dog and cat shaped vases with the little succulents in it. Maybe she even like made those herself. That could be a cute thing. Like maybe she is just very crafty all around and she also does painting on vases and little pots and things like that. I think that would be so cute. I think that this lady, this florist, she is just overall extremely creative and she loves to work with her hands, if that makes sense. And so yeah, I tried to make this shop as cute and cluttered as possible. So you can kind of see that I tried to make it a little bit realistic with sort of repeating the same item over and over again, but in different swatches, if that makes sense. Because I feel like that's how it is in real life too. Like you would probably have the same sort of plant, but in a different color scheme or just in a different color or in a different little pot or whatever. So that's kind of what I tried to create. And I really like what I did with these shelves at first, but then I wanted to place some more bouquets on that little table and it wasn't really working out. So I had to work around those little shelves a little bit. And here you can see that I actually deleted one, which was a bit of a shame, but yeah, it doesn't really matter. It still looks really cute in here. And yeah, overall, I wanted it to be just as cluttered and cutesy and colorful as possible in there. And here you can see that I'm actually moving on to the backyard. So there is not a lot of backyard space left because the house is actually pretty big and there's actually a lot of landscaping around the house, but I still wanted to make sure to be able to create a nice little backyard area. So I did place down a dining table and a little grill. And obviously I was going crazy with the planter boxes in here as well because I wanted the mom to have as many planter boxes and pots as possible to be able to actually do gardening. You don't need the actual boxes to plant things. You can also just plant them in the ground. So that's also an option, of course. But yeah, I wanted there to be just as many as possible. And here you can see I placed down the monkey jungle bars so the kids have an activity to do as well. And I was just placing down a couple of extra trees here and there because, I don't know, I just wanted to tie the landscaping in with the rest of the world as much as possible. But yeah, let's hop on into the game and I'll show you the house in real time. So here we have the house in the game and I don't know, I think it looks so inviting and so cute. Here you have the like double front door. This one leads into the house and this one leads into the shop. So let's first check out the house. We have this tiny little entryway right here. It's very small, but very cute. I really like this end table. I think it goes hand in hand with like the whole theme of the house, of the build. And when you walk through this glass door right here, you walk into the living area. I loved using this orange couch from university. I think the color is just so pretty combined with these lighter gray chairs. I think it just looks really cute. And here we have the very cluttered like TV entertainment unit, just a nice living area for the family to hang out. And here is just an extra little chair with table with chairs because I needed something to fill up the space. And I thought that this would be a very cute little place to sit down and read a book or something or do some studying. And here we have the formal dining room. I really loved using this china cabinet that I don't always get to use because this item is actually for medium wall height. So yeah, for this house, it worked out perfectly fine. And I think it looks so pretty. I also placed a bar in here so your Sims can drink some juice. And then right here is where the greenhouse is, where the florist does most of her work. I think it's a very nice, cute little area. And then here we have the half bathroom for the downstairs area. And obviously right here we have the kitchen, which looks very cute and cluttered and cozy in my opinion at least. And the kitchen has the door to the backyard or the back porch. So when we go upstairs, we have this big open staircase, which I always think looks so nice, and a nice little landing area with a chess table. And then right here we have the parents' bedroom, the master bedroom with the wallpaper that I love. You probably know that by now because I talked about it for like an hour. And then here we have the little dresser as well, obviously. And like I said before, the parents have an ensuite, just a simple little sink, a toilet, and a shower right here in that little corner. And then next to the parents' bathroom, we have the shared whole bathroom upstairs. And this one has a shower tub combination. So if you want to have toddlers in this house, you can definitely do that. Here we have the shared office space, which I think is really cute. And I just wanted to place down an extra skill building item in here. So I just placed down an easel. And then over here we have the kids' bedroom. I love the color scheme in here. It's something that I never go for, but I don't know. I think it's such a cozy little shared bedroom and I would love to have a bedroom like this as a child. But then here we have the backyard, which there's not a whole lot going on here. Just a tiny little place to eat and a grill, obviously. Some outdoor bins, some storage right there as well. And then overall, just mainly planter boxes everywhere. And then right here, the monkey jungle bar for the kid. And then of course right here when we go back in we have the actual flower shop, which I think just looks very cute. I'm really excited about this one. Please let me know if this little shop would actually be functional in the game because I'm really curious to know that. But that's actually it for this build. So the house comes in at 120,746 simoleons. So it's very expensive. It's not a starter home by any means. It's like 100,000 simoleons more expensive than a starter home would be, so don't mind that. But that's actually already it for this build. So I really hope that you enjoyed this video. You can definitely go ahead and download this house off the gallery if you want to. My username on the gallery is Simmarysims. You can also follow me on Twitter and on Instagram if you'd like. My username on there is Simmarysims as well. So if you're not subscribed to my channel already, feel free to do so by just clicking the little subscribe button. And if you want to be notified of every single time I upload a video, just click the little bell icon and you should be fine. So I just want to say thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all in my next build. Bye!